There is a quiet revolution happening in your life right now, Taurus. You may not have noticed it yet, or maybe you have felt its edges brushing against your awareness like a soft wind you cannot quite place. But it is real. It is happening. And the signs are everywhere if you know where to look. What follows are 10 clear, unmistakable indicators that you are entering one of the most important new phases of your entire life. Not a phase of endings, although some things may need to close. Not a phase of struggle, although growth always requires effort. But a phase of becoming, of stepping into a version of yourself that has been forming quietly in the background of everything you have lived through until this moment. Sign 1. The first sign is a restlessness that has no obvious cause. Everything in your life may look exactly the same as it did 6 months ago. The same routines, the same faces, the same rhythms that have defined your days for years. But something inside you is stirring. Something that refuses to settle. It is not anxiety, although it might disguise itself as that. It is not dissatisfaction in the usual sense. It is more like a hum, a vibration deep in your bones that is telling you without words that there is more. More to feel. More to experience. More to become. Taurus does not typically welcome restlessness. You are the sign of stability, of rootedness, of finding your place and staying there with quiet satisfaction. So when this inner stirring arrives, it can feel wrong. Like something is broken. But nothing is broken, Taurus. Something is waking up. The restlessness you feel is not a symptom of something going wrong. It is a symptom of something going right. It is the first tremor of a new life trying to push its way through the surface of the old one. Do not fight it. Do not try to quiet it with more routine or more busyness or more of the comfortable distractions that have always worked before. This restlessness is sacred. It is the call of your own evolution, and it will not be silenced. The only question is whether you will listen to it now, while it is still gentle, or wait until it becomes so loud that you have no choice. Sign 2. The second sign is a shift in what brings you pleasure. The things that used to satisfy you, the familiar comforts, the predictable indulgences, the small rewards you gave yourself at the end of a long day, are beginning to feel flat. Not bad. Not wrong. Just insufficient. As if your taste buds have changed, but instead of food, it is life itself that tastes different now. You find yourself craving experiences you have never craved before. A kind of depth in your conversations that goes beyond the surface. A quality of connection that asks more of you than politeness and habit. A relationship with your own time that is intentional rather than automatic. These cravings are not signs of discontent. They are signs of expansion. Your soul is outgrowing its current container, and it is asking for something larger, something deeper, something more aligned with the person you are becoming. Pay attention to these new desires, Taurus. They are not random. They are roadmaps. Each one is pointing you toward the life that is waiting for you on the other side of this transition. A life that is not less comfortable than the one you have now, but infinitely more meaningful. Sign 3. The third sign is a sudden clarity about what you will and will not tolerate. For years, you may have accepted situations, behaviors, and dynamics that you knew were not serving you. Not because you did not see them clearly, but because your patience and your loyalty made you willing to endure things that most people would have walked away from long ago. But that tolerance is shifting now. The threshold is changing, and things that you once absorbed without complaint are suddenly intolerable. This is not you becoming difficult. This is you becoming honest. With yourself and with the world. You are realizing that tolerance without boundaries is not virtue. It is self-abandonment. And you, Taurus, have abandoned yourself for long enough. The clarity you are experiencing now is not harsh. It is liberating. It is the feeling of finally knowing with unshakable certainty what belongs in your life and what does not. Sign 4. The fourth sign is a deepening relationship with your own intuition. Taurus is a practical sign, grounded in the tangible, the measurable, the provable. You have always trusted what you can see and touch more than what you can only feel. But lately, your feelings have been remarkably accurate. Hunches that turned out to be true. Gut reactions that proved wiser than logic. A quiet inner knowing that seems to arrive before the facts do, and yet is never wrong. This is your intuition coming fully online, Taurus. Not replacing your practical nature, but complementing it. Adding a dimension of awareness that your practical mind alone could never achieve. You are becoming a person who trusts both their head and their heart, their eyes and their instincts, and the combination is making you almost impossibly wise. Trust this process. Your intuition is not a flight of fancy. It is the accumulated wisdom of your entire life, distilled into a feeling that arrives faster than thought, but carries the weight of decades. If what you're hearing feels accurate, imagine what could happen if you applied this energy intentionally for 21 consecutive days. That's exactly what the 21-day program in the pinned comment is built for. Daily guidance, focused direction, and real momentum. If you're tired of staying in the same cycle, this is your structure. Sign 5. The fifth sign is a changed relationship with your physical body. You are listening to it differently now. Where once you might have pushed through pain or ignored fatigue or treated your body as a machine that should simply perform on command, you are beginning to approach it with something closer to reverence. You are noticing what it needs. You are responding to its signals. You are treating it not as something that serves you, but as something that is you. This shift often comes with a practical dimension as well. You may be making changes to the way you eat, the way you move, the way you rest. Not dramatic changes, because that has never been your style, but steady, deliberate ones. The kind that accumulate over time into a profound transformation of your physical well-being. Your body is not your enemy, Taurus. It is your oldest and most faithful ally. And the way you are beginning to honor it now is one of the clearest signs that you have entered a new phase of life. Sign 6. The sixth sign is a willingness to ask for help. This may sound simple, but for a Taurus it is revolutionary. You have spent your entire life being the one others lean on. The strong one, the capable one, the one who handles things without making a fuss. Asking for help has always felt like weakness, like an admission that you are not enough. But something has changed. You are beginning to understand that asking for help is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of wisdom. It takes more courage to say, "I need support," than it does to struggle in silence. And the people who love you have been waiting, some of them for years, for you to let them in. They want to carry some of the weight. They want to give back even a fraction of what you have given them. And when you finally let them, the relief is so profound it almost takes your breath away. This willingness to receive is reshaping your relationships in beautiful ways. It is creating a balance that was always missing. A flow of love and support that moves in both directions instead of just one. And in that balance, you are discovering something remarkable. That being supported does not diminish your strength. It amplifies it. Sign 7. The seventh sign is a growing interest in your own inner life. The world of thoughts and feelings and memories and dreams that lives beneath the surface of your everyday existence is calling to you with increasing urgency. You find yourself reflecting more. Journaling perhaps, or simply sitting in quiet contemplation, turning over the events of your life like smooth stones in your hands, examining them from angles you never considered before. This inward turn is not melancholy, although it may sometimes be accompanied by a gentle sadness. It is depth. You are going deeper into yourself than you have ever gone, and what you are finding there is remarkable. Reserves of strength you did not know you had. Wells of compassion you never fully tapped. Dreams that were buried so long ago you thought they had died, only to discover that they were merely sleeping, waiting for exactly this moment to stir. If what you're hearing feels accurate, imagine what could happen if you applied this energy intentionally for 21 consecutive days. That's exactly what the 21-day program in the pinned comment is built for. Daily guidance, focused direction, and real momentum. If you're tired of staying in the same cycle, this is your structure. Some people watch. Others transform. If you want to be in the second group, the 21-day guide in the pinned comment gives you a clear step-by-step process aligned with your sign. This isn't about waiting. It's about moving. Sign 8. The eighth sign is a release of old grief. There are losses you have carried for years, maybe decades. People you loved who are no longer here. Opportunities that slipped through your fingers. Versions of yourself that you had to leave behind in order to keep moving forward. These losses have been part of you for so long that they feel like permanent features of your inner landscape, as fixed and immovable as mountains. But something is changing. The grief is not disappearing, because real grief never fully disappears. But it is transforming. It is softening from a sharp, cutting thing into something rounder, gentler, almost tender. You are learning to hold your losses without being held by them. To honor what was without being imprisoned by it. To let the tears come when they need to, and to let them go when they are done. This release is creating space inside you. Space for new joy, new love, new experiences that would not have been possible while you were so full of unprocessed sorrow. The grief is not leaving you, Taurus. It is integrating. It is becoming part of the rich, complex tapestry of your life instead of a chain around your heart. And in that integration, you are finding a kind of peace you did not know was possible. Sign 9. The ninth sign is a magnetic quality that is drawing new people and opportunities into your life. You are not doing anything differently, at least not on the surface. But people are approaching you. Conversations are sparking. Doors that were previously closed are opening with an ease that feels almost surreal. It is as if the universe has put out a signal on your behalf, announcing to the world that this Taurus is ready. This Taurus is open. This Taurus is stepping into something new and magnificent. This magnetism is not something you need to cultivate or maintain. It is a natural byproduct of the inner transformation you are undergoing. When you change on the inside, the outside responds. When you raise your own frequency, you begin to attract people and situations that match it. The opportunities appearing in your life right now are not random. They are reflections of the work you have been doing in the quiet, unseen places of your heart and soul. Welcome them, Taurus. Even the ones that scare you. Even the ones that ask you to stretch beyond what feels comfortable. They are not here to overwhelm you. They are here to show you what is possible when you finally stop shrinking and start expanding into the full, magnificent space that was always meant to be yours. Sign 10. The 10th and final sign is the simplest and most profound of all. It is a feeling that settles over you in the quiet moments, when the world is still and your mind is clear. A feeling that says, without words, without logic, without any evidence that the rational mind would accept, everything is about to change. Everything is about to get better. You are about to become someone you have always wanted to be. And the life that is waiting for you on the other side of this transformation is more beautiful than anything you have dared to imagine. This feeling is not wishful thinking. It is knowing. The kind of knowing that lives in your bones, in your blood, in the ancient earthbound wisdom of your sign. Taurus has always known things before the mind could catch up, felt the truth of the seasons before the calendar confirmed them, sensed the shift in the weather before the clouds appeared. And right now, what you are sensing is the arrival of something extraordinary. Trust that feeling, Taurus. It has never led you astray before, and it is not leading you astray now. You are entering an important new phase of your life. Not because some distant power decided it was time, but because you decided. Because every choice you have made, every burden you have carried, every tear you have shed, and every laugh you have shared, has been leading you to this exact moment. And this moment, Taurus, is yours. Completely, irrevocably, beautifully yours. Step into it with everything you have. With your strength and your softness, your courage and your caution, your stubborn, magnificent, unbreakable Taurus heart. The new phase is here. And it has your name written all over it. You have two options after this video. Close it and hope things shift. Or decide that the next 21 days will be different. If you choose the second, the structured 21-day transformation aligned with your sign is waiting in the pinned comment. The energy is already moving, the only question is whether you are.